just because you're fast on PlayStation doesn't mean you're going to be fast in real life, right? Well, sadly, that's definitely true. Fiddling with a controller is not quite as physical as riding a real motorcycle and definitely doesn't require the same level of bravery, because the imaginary pit crew can fix this bike a lot faster and for a lot less money than I could fix my bike if I decided to ride faster than my talent. I started playing motorcycle racing games like this before I had ever been on a racetrack. In fact, I believe I was still riding around on the iconic Pee-wee 80, believing that my professional racing career was still a possibility. With absolutely zero knowledge of track riding, a simple game taught me quite a lot of things that were useful later on in real life. So, if you have little experience with track riding, here's why it might be beneficial to play a racing game before hitting the real terrifying tarmac. Racing lines.
From here, we can already see the mechanics working on the bikes to get the best performance.
You're probably not as clueless as 8-year-old me was and know that there is such a thing as racing lines. But seeking out good lines can take a bit of practice. Practice that can be simulated in-game, making the process faster in real life. You're probably thinking my lines are still rubbish, and you'd be right. But this is a massive step up from riding in the middle of the track the whole way around, because all you see is a road to follow, lap after lap, and can't visualize a shorter route around the circuit. A route that enables you to carry more speed through corners and use the whole width of the track to set yourself up better to tackle the next bend. Braking markers. In a flat-looking game, finding specific markers like the beginning of a curb, the end of the pit wall, or any consistent point to start braking at makes it a lot easier to get your braking right, consistent, and as late as possible. And this is a great thing to transfer into real life. It's a lot easier in real life to feel how long it'll take the bike to slow down compared to in-game, and might make a braking marker seem useless. But having a marker can improve consistency by miles and result in far fewer messed up corners. It's a skill to pick up markers and find the best point to brake at, and is easier to pull off at the racetrack when you've practiced with someone who doesn't mind crashing on every turn. Looking through the corner. As silly human creatures, we tend to fixate on one specific area and not use the peripheral vision we've been given, which is usually the apex of the corner in this case. Come into a corner staring at the apex, stare at it hoping it'll come to you instead of the other way around, and then realize you haven't even thought about the next corner yet because your mind is still fixated on the previous apex. Even in a game, you can practice looking through the corner or to the next corner and using your peripheral vision to tackle the current bend. This way, you won't be overwhelmed when the next corner keeps arriving. At first, you'll probably be slower than normal when giving this a go, which is why getting into the habit of it in-game can make a big difference. Learning a track. I'm sure everyone has different ways to learn the route and quirks of a racetrack, but again, it's more difficult in the flat game environment. So starting slow and surveying the lay of the land is vital to be able to tell which part of the track you're on and what's coming next, so you're not surprised when it arrives. The same can be done in real life, and is a lot easier to remember with the world's fancy 3D graphics and whatnot. Learning that a corner tightens up at 40 km per hour is a much better way to learn than at 60 km per hour, when the only option is a bit of farming. Concentration. Thankfully, in real life, a full face helmet covers your amusing concentration face, which is a luxury you don't get while playing games. Or can you? The point is, both forms of track riding require a lot of concentration, and any practice for concentration can help delay fatigue. It might not be painful if you take your eye off the track in-game, but it can still lose that pole position lap time for you, and as your concentration improves, so does the number of fast laps you can string together. Well, there you have 5 ways motorcycle racing games can make you faster in real life. Unfortunately, there is a far bigger list of things that games can't help you master, like ability, fitness, and bravery. But it's a good start. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the like button and the bell icon because YouTube wants to keep it a secret when I upload videos, and I'll see you on the next ride.